So the overall piece is on unstretched canvas, and that is so that I can roll it up and put it in storage until I need to stretch it and exhibit it. This piece is the first time I've done four faces. Usually I do two or one, and I think two has been the max. So here I added four. And the main reason for this is that this is a representation of what's called four worlds, which has a symbolic to community, as well as how we interact with each other, as well as how we interact with our loved ones. Here in the center is the couple, and as you can see here in their by their mouth, this is a DNA, which some scientists believe that when you have a significant other or a loved one, when you kiss, you actually transmit bacterial microscopic things that can actually begin to be introduced to each other, so that the two bodies now interact or have bacterial microscopic within each other to sort of bring the connection between two. Whether or not that's a fact, it was an interesting scientific insight. Over here, I have the main reason why I call this four worlds is because our mind, or our concept of reality, is interpreted by our mind. Here we can see that this individual's perception of the world is represented through this dot. Over here we have more of a connection of a sort of like neurological connection on this one. Here we have sort of a vibrational connection, and then this one is more in it's not these components are more symbolic than scientific. I try to include some symbolic, some biological, mostly biological, because I believe that all of us are biological, obviously, in nature, and how we interact with the world is biological and scientific at the same time. Another interesting thing that I do on most of my work is the vocal census. Obviously, this one has a more of a stronger vibration, while again the DNA in this one, and this one's a softer, more subtle vibrational tone, meaning they're sort of giving words of wisdom. One thing I want to say about this piece is the size. When I have something this big or even bigger, I have a lot more freedom to do and add more layers, more aerosol with water-based aerosols to give everything a little bit more depth. These are the pieces, from my opinion, that are meant to be seen in person, so that you can see elements that you probably won't be able to see, like the transparencies, the mist and aerosol, and the linear elements that kind of transcend or transpass through the entire piece. If you can see, a lot of the linear elements are circular, which to my opinion is the organic element of the piece. I want the piece to feel very organic, very biological, very nature based. I'm not a big fan of the mechanical. Anytime I do a piece, and unless it's intentional, I'll add machinery and mechanical, especially when I do pieces about the AI and things like that. Here's an interesting note. There's a light that is flickering from my studio right in the eye, which almost gives it a pulse, and that's pretty cool. It's almost adding like a three-dimensional effect, or bringing the painting to life in a way. If you want to know more about the symbolisms and the intricacies of my work, you can visit JD Estrada Art.com and take a look. And I have a YouTube channel where I do a lot of descriptions, so a long description, longer than my Instagram ones, describing the colors, the symbolisms, and the overall description of each individual work. Every work is different, so